Patty. I haven't done this in a while. Welcome to Channing Unitarian Universalist Church. We're glad you joined us for worship today. Whoever you are, whatever your theological, spiritual, political, sexual, or racial orientation or gender identity, you are welcome to worship here and become part of this community. A couple quick announcements that I want to highlight before I open it up. Well, just one actually. This Tuesday is project night at 5:30 p.m. The Building and Grounds Committee will come at 5:15 and we'll have a quick meeting. And then anybody who is willing and able to help us out, we usually change light bulbs, fix things that are broken, move stuff around, clean and organize. So if you are able to come and spend a half an hour to an hour helping us out, we'd greatly appreciate it. Are there any other announcements this morning?
So I know for the town of Rockland, and I'm sure some of the other towns in the area, that currently nomination papers are available to be picked up to run for local office. A lot of these are committees and boards, so it's not like you're the only one that would be serving on these, but I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention because I've been personally gotten involved in our town government. A couple of others here have as well. This is the opportunity to resist. Like, you can't just jump into national politics, but resistance starts at the local level. Most of the big decision-making in your communities happens at the local level. So if you want a chance to help see the values that we believe in exist in your town, this is your chance. If you're in Rockland, the deadline to file your papers, you'll have to collect signatures for most of these, is February 20th. Thanks.
Any other announcements? Okay, well, I will turn it over to Lauren then.
Thank you, Julie. Let us be united. Let us speak in harmony. Let our minds apprehend alike. Common be our prayer. Common be the end of our assembly. Common be our resolution. Common be our deliberations. Alike be our feelings. Unified be our hearts. Common be our intentions. Perfect be our unity. Rick, would you like to come light our chalice? You'll find the words in your order of service. Please stand as you're willing and able. May this flame we light remind us that every one of us can bring the light of love to the world. May this clear flame be a symbol that every heart can burn bright with joy, peace, and harmony. May the wisdom of ages speak to us through this flame and stay in us. Every one of us can be a blessing to the world. And our affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this church, the quest for truth its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other and with God. We'll now sing number 39, Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. If you don't have a hymnal, they're in the front hall by the front door.
Number 29.
29, I'm sorry.
Sorry, it'll wake us all up. Joyful, joyful, we
hearts unfold like clouds before thee, building as the sun above. Melt the clouds of sin and sadness, drive the pain of doubt away. Clear of immortal gladness, fill us with the joy of day. All thy works with joy surround thee, earth and heaven reflect thy rays. Stars and planets sing around thee, center of unbroken praise. Field and forest, vale and mountain, blossoming meadow, flashing sea, gently burning, flowing fountain, call us to rejoice in thee. Thou art giving and forgiving, ever blessing, ever blessed. The spring of the joy of living, ocean depth of happy rest. Ever singing, march we onward, victors in the midst of strife. Joyful music lifts us onward in the triumph song of love. You may be seated. Rick, would you like to do joys and concerns?
Would anyone like to share a joy or concern with the congregation? Julie?
Concern for my aunt Sheila, who is still sedated and on a ventilator, and we haven't been able to successfully remove her from the ventilator.
For Sheila? Maddie?
Candle for Renee Good.
For Renee Good. Debbie?
Candle for Aaron and for Joseph, who celebrated this last week.
Happy birthday, Aaron and Josie. That's exactly how it works. For everyone dealing with loss. Thank you, Corey. Need more candles.
I have one.
Lauren?
For my youngest child, whose name is now Winter and using she, her pronouns, I went shopping with her yesterday, and it was a lot of fun to have a shopping buddy because no one else in my family likes to go shopping with me.
For winter and shopping. All right. And then I will light one more for all those joys and concerns we carry with us and may not be ready to share.
Julie is going to join me as we enter into a spirit of prayer and meditation. I don't have anything to say.
Well, I do, but it might not be interesting to anyone.
I have secrets inside of me and struggles, and I don't know if I'm ready to share them.
I want to hear what you have to say.
I want to speak of the deepest things together.
I want to hear what you dream about, what you hope for.
I want to know how you have come to arrive at this resting point along your journey.
What if I speak and you don't understand me?
I will listen and listen again until my hearing becomes understanding.
What if I can't find the words to share the world inside of me?
I believe that wise words will emerge from you.
How can I trust you to hold my life stories, you who I may not even know?
By knowing that, as I receive part of your story, I will give you part of mine.
How will this work? What will happen? What awaits us?
We can find out anything by beginning.
Let us begin to listen and trust and to know one another more deeply.
We'll now have a moment of silence. Please remain seated as we sing number 123, Spirit of Life. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion, blowing the wind, rising the sea, moving the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Vicki, would you be willing to do the reading or? Awesome. It's right here.
This poem is by John O'Donohue. It's called For a New Beginning. In out-of-the-way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you are ready to emerge. For a long time, it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness growing inside you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you play with the seduction of safety and the gray promises that sameness whispered, heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent, wondered, would you always live like this? Then the delight when your courage kindled and out you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destination is not yet clear, you can trust the promise of this opening, unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning, this at one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure, hold nothing back, learn to find ease in risk. Soon you will be home in a new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits you.
Thank you. We will now collect this morning's offering. and able to sing the words found in your order of service for the dedication of faith. If you liked the poem that Vicky read, it is in your order of service, so you can go back and look at it if you want. How many people here, I'm going to ask for a raise of hands, set a New Year's resolution or a 2026 goal of some sort? Now, for how many of you was it to try something new or to do something that was new to you? We've got still all basically the same hands. And how many people dismissed setting a resolution like that because you thought you were too old or it's too late to do that new thing? Okay, good. Nobody raised their hand, but it doesn't mean you haven't had that thought in the past. I'm here to help walk you through how it's never too late to start something new. When Rick asked me for the title of my sermon, I told him never too old, but never too late is also appropriate. This idea came to me when I was listening to the sermon from visitor Alex, whose last name I've forgotten, back in November. He talked about coming to Zen a couple different times in his life, and then it finally sticking and becoming a part of his regular practice. I thought to myself at the time, I feel like I don't have the time for that. But at the same time, I had been thinking that I'd like to immerse myself into something new, because everything that I have been doing is the same stuff I have been doing for a while. I'm 46 years old, but I know I'm not too old to do something new. I started powerlifting at 36 and competed for a number of years, the last time as recently as 2022. I know it's possible to learn and do new things, even when time seems to be tight, which might be something that we're all guilty of thinking. So how can we get over the thoughts, I'm too old, I don't have enough time, I'm not the right, insert whatever limitation here to do something? Well, I can only speak from my own personal experience, but you might find that some things happen quite by accident, and some you may need to be more deliberate about. So I'll share a few examples from my own life, since that's the one I can speak about most definitively. Powerlifting happened quite by accident. I had never previously been into weightlifting. I actually got a C in weightlifting gym class my senior year, when 5 or 6 of us friends would all stand around one of the machines while someone else was doing it in the high school gym and talk, and then one person would do a set of 10 and then we'd switch. Not surprised the instructor gave us a C. I did get way into power walking for a while, and walking everywhere was my exercise, combined with yoga classes or yoga lattes. Then back in 2015, a gym opened up at my office. With the new gym, they were offering sessions to get to know the gym. I was expecting a tour. Instead, it was an example of a weight training class they would be offering. They offered the class conveniently timed for when I got into the office from the train before things really got started with work. So I started attending the class. I was actually very surprised at how much I enjoyed it. I went because I knew it was good for me, but I stayed because it was fun. Unlike with yoga or walking, where I never really could see much of an improvement, I had evidence that I was getting stronger. Dumping a 50-pound of chicken feed into the feeder was no longer a huge ordeal. I was increasing the weights at the class and doing real push-ups. The coach saw how much I was enjoying it and how I seemed to have a genetic predisposition to building muscle and suggested that I try powerlifting. I had him as my accountability buddy, and I set goals and went regularly. Even after he moved into a different role, I found other people to lift with me and even became a certified powerlifting coach, along with competing in powerlifting competitions and breaking state records. I did something new. It worked because the timing of the class fit in with my regular day. And once I was hooked, I made time for it at other points in my day or in my week. Another example, I love learning languages. I have always wanted to learn American Sign Language, or ASL. A couple of years ago, I learned that I can actually get ASL classes reimbursed 100% by my workplace. So in 2023, I signed up for ASL 101 virtually and signed up for a class that was offered in the morning, twice a week. Morning is good because I work mostly with folks on the West Coast, and they're not awake until 11 or 12 p.m. Eastern Time. The class started with about 6 of us in it. There were days when it was hard not to let, but I have so much work, creep in, but I attended every class besides the ones when I was on vacation. By the last 2 weeks of classes, I was the only one there. The whole experience was fantastic. I learned a lot about deaf culture that I would never have otherwise known about. I learned a lot about ASL grammar, which is one of my favorite parts about learning new languages. And I will admit, I have not kept it up since the class ended, but I do now have a basic understanding of ASL. And should another opportunity to present itself that fits in well with the timing of my workday, I know I would be able to jump in. Another personal example, also about languages. Last summer, we went to France for our 20th wedding anniversary. I had taken French intermittently in middle school, high school, and college, and wanted to brush up on it since I hadn't spoken it in years, and anytime I tried, it came out in Italian. So I knew I needed to find a way to brush up on it that fit in with my regular schedule. Duolingo is fun, but it's not the best way to actually practice conversation. So instead, I looked into an app a system called Pimsleur, and there's an app for it. It was a great way for me to brush up on French and actually practice speaking it. If you do look into Pimsleur, just know that you need to have time where you can speak out loud. So as much as you might want to do it on your commute on the train or the bus, I mean, you can, by all means do it, but you'll be speaking out loud in a different language. I was able to use it in the car, while doing dishes, and while folding laundry. We went to France, and beside the part where my brain kept trying to say yes in Italian, I was able to communicate with people in French. And now I want to try and learn Icelandic that same way. One last example. Ever since I got my degree in theological studies, but then ended up on other careers, I've only half jokingly said that I would become a minister when I retired. And yet, I've been giving sermons regularly here at Channing for the last 15 years. 17 years? 17 years. And as you may have noticed, this church year, I have not been present much on Sundays. That is because I'm now on the pulpit supply list with the UUA. So I have been using my library of sermons, or sometimes writing new ones, and going to different churches on Sundays to help fill the pulpit when their normal preacher is on vacation, or if they are a solely lay-led church. So it turns out I'm halfway to becoming a minister, or at least giving sermons, and I almost didn't notice it happening. So for me, clearly, you will notice that a unifying thread throughout all of these is that I can pick up something new when I'm able to fit it into my regular routine or schedule. I have also recently started taking kickboxing classes at a new kickboxing gym that opened in Abington. The classes are at 8 a.m., so on days I'm working from home, I'm able to go after I've gotten the kids off to school and before my workday starts. Again, because of the West Coast, I don't usually start until about 10 when I'm working from home. It's still hard for me to get out of bed or to not go back into bed after the kids go to school because I like to sleep, but I have been pretty consistent. So what other new things would I like to try? Well, since my youngest child has been doing archery, it seems like really cool, and I thought that might be fun to try and do. So I'm thinking about maybe trying to take classes at the same time that Winter's taking classes and learn how to shoot as well. So that would be an easy way to fit it into my regular day since I'm already there. But let's look at something that's not as simple. Okay, I would like to go to bed earlier than I do. I'm always up later than I want to be. It would be nice to go to bed earlier. Also new. So that could be a New Year's resolution, right? Go to bed earlier. But there's so much good TV to watch. There's so many fun things to do on the internet, like researching fun vacations we could take in the future, or window shopping, where I put a whole bunch of things in my shopping cart and then I don't buy them, or writing sermons. So in using my own example, how can I make going to bed earlier work into my normal routine? Well, what's a side effect of going to bed earlier? Maybe waking up a little bit earlier, or at least more refreshed and not feeling like I need to get back into bed right away. So this could give me more time to do other things then, instead of saving them for later in the evening. Or maybe I shift my work schedule earlier and then I'm finishing earlier. Okay, so we've figured that out, but there's still that first hurdle of actually getting to bed earlier, especially since my spouse goes to bed before me, so then there's no one telling me to go to bed. So maybe I need to actually tell my spouse that I want her to remind me when she goes to bed that I also want to go to bed then. They say it can take 3 weeks to build a new habit. So if I can stick to it, if she and I can stick to it together for that long, it should become a part of my routine. It's never too late to keep trying to go to bed earlier, because I've been trying to do that for a long time. So just because something hasn't stuck in the past doesn't mean that it's too late to try again and see if it'll stick now. I can't tell you what will work for you to pick up something new. Perhaps, like me, you need to work it into your regular routine. Or maybe for you, it's best if you set aside a specific time to do the thing and make space for it. Or maybe it's best if it happens by accident, like powerlifting. Or finding that accountability buddy to help you with that specific time that you've set aside, or whether it's a specific time or not, finding an accountability buddy can help you to do the new thing. Or maybe it's a slow burn new thing that still hasn't happened, but that you keep thinking about, like my own thoughts of running for office. Or you'll find you're already doing it, like my itinerant preacher new thing. Before we close, I will pause for a few moments and give folks an opportunity to shout out something new that they would like to try. Or maybe you realize you've already picked up something new that you didn't realize you had done. So feel free to share that as well. Just shout it out if you have anything.
That's a good one.
I like that one too.
I put a box aside and I'm trying to declutter. So I'm trying to take one thing a day and add to the box.
Awesome.
Or rage against the machine.
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
also want to do the like Swedish death cleaning or whatever. I need to purge a lot of things. I have moved a lot in recent years, and I have a lot of things left in different places, different people's homes, my ex and others. I need to do something about it.
It's awesome. We have the sharing shed, which is, I've found a great place to put the things.
I also put the storage unit, so it's a lot.
accidentally became an early riser.
All right, what's your trick?
Having to get Dot to the bus stop, and then I dress to go run. So I used to be an evening runner, and I'm now a morning runner. Actually can't run anymore.
That makes me happy because you were on my mind today because I hesitate to say this, but I was a jogger today.
Oh.
And I mean, but in my head, I was like, Monterey was there and it was too close for comfort. And it started me, I should have noticed. And I was thinking of you the whole way and like, I hope he's careful. I don't want him to get Stephen King. And so anyhow, I'm kind of glad you're running in the morning.
Any other new things?
Originally speak German.
Cool. I speak German. I'll speak with you while you practice, while you're learning.
I've been on Duolingo trying to learn Portuguese a bit. And I'd love to take some dance classes if my business can make some money to support that if I'm big.
So if anybody wants to take up painting, you can go talk.
Nikki's already shop it out.
Well, if you're thinking of some and you don't feel brave enough or don't feel like sharing for whatever reason right now, find one of us after church to share with. Maybe we can be an accountability buddy in some way. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. Amen, and blessed be. Our closing hymn is number 121. Did I get that one right?
You did.
Okay. So please stand as you're willing and able.
Sisters and brothers, anointing by God.
please join in saying the words found in your order of service as Rick extinguishes the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, or the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. We must shine. We must shine now. This is the goal toward which we stretch step by step, in our own time, at our own pace. As our beauty unfolds and our hearts open, we become gentler and more compassionate, yet brighter, more empowered, and fearless. We have been holding on, holding back, playing small, hiding our light under a bushel. Enough of that. It is time to let go. We are needed now, all of us together. All those who feel a calling to be who we are to the fullest, make a difference, to give it all we got. Coffee time.